Also new this morning, a local organization is working to address a major issue when it comes to finding homes for the homeless.
During the pandemic, emergency shelters across Western New York saw a major increase in people who needed help. I want to show you this graph. Take a look. It's the number of households with families and kids in Erie County who stayed at a shelter on the first day of each month across Western New York. That number reached a low point in March of this year, about 25 families with kids in a homeless shelter. By July, it jumped to 60. So shelters work, of course, to find homes for these families. But Taylor Epps is joining us this morning. And Taylor, they're hitting a roadblock these days.
Hey, Ed and Katie, good morning. Local shelters tell me those numbers are only going up. They say this process usually goes like this. A family is down on their luck and the shelter helps them find a job and get back on their feet and find a home. And then there's space for a new family to come in. But shelters are running into a new problem right now with more people needing their help. But there's no space because families currently living there say it's impossible to get homes. With 5 kids and 2 jobs, Dashika Bowler's schedule is packed.
I'm back up, getting kids ready for school, off to work, try to see a house. We do 5 listings a week. So I've been homeless since August.
She's a survivor of domestic violence.
It was either my life or basically my kids. So I chose to leave.
Since then, she's been living here at Family Promise of Western New York, getting back on her feet and hoping to find a place of her own. But she says it's been nearly impossible.
I've seen over 200 houses since I've been here. It's not like I don't have the money, because I do. Like I said, I have 2 jobs. They just, they have you pay for the processing of your application, and then you don't hear nothing. It's like you're looking at yourself like, what did I do wrong?
She's just stuck in a hard place just because of the mistrust that the pandemic has caused between renters and landlords.
Luann Firestone is the executive director here at Family Promise. She says landlords willing to take low-income families are few and far between, but says she doesn't blame the landlords.
Kind of a block in the ability of shelters to successfully get families back on their feet and into the community because of the COVID pressures that are being put on landlords.
Firestone says with New York State's current eviction moratorium, it's a lose-lose. Extend it and it burns landlords. End it and there will be more people evicted and looking for shelters.
In fact, people have said the COVID pandemic will lead to a homelessness pandemic.
So what now? As more people look to them for help, Family Promise is asking local and state government to prioritize affordable housing and incentivize landlords to rent to low-income families. Until then,
if there's any landlords out there who are watching this, we would really love if you took a chance on some of our families and contacted us. And what we do is we follow those families.
Have faith and just pray that somebody, will eventually give us a house.
now there are ways you can help at home too. They're always looking for families to donate things like bedding, food, and toiletries. You can help families pay for that security deposit, kind of the first step, getting them back on their feet to that new home.
Right, and if everybody gives a little bit, that security deposit gets, added up there.
I like how you point out, though, Taylor, this is a lose-lose situation for so many people, not only for landlords, but also for the homeless shelters as well. So it's a really important issue that we're exposing, and we certainly appreciate your work on that issue.